Hey, it's Dan Zimmerman. Welcome to Illustrate to Educate. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support more simple and objective videos on topics that matter. Also, you can now support the channel directly with the new Super Thanks feature. What is ranked choice voting and what are its pros and cons? In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know about it. Most of the elections in the United States are plurality elections. Whichever candidate receives the most votes wins. This means that sometimes candidates can win without a majority or 50% of the votes. Ranked choice voting is an electoral system that ensures a candidate receives a majority of the votes because voters rank candidates by preference, picking their first, second, and third choices and so on. If a candidate receives more than 50% of the vote in the first round, then the race is over and the candidate wins. If not, then a second round of counting commences. The candidate with the fewest first-place votes is eliminated, and their votes are reallocated to the voter's second choice candidate. These rounds continue until one candidate has a majority. So what are the pros of ranked choice voting? Supporters argue that it allows for voters to vote for their favorite candidate even if that candidate is not likely to win, eliminating the fear of wasting your vote. They also point out that it better determines the candidate with the strongest support across the entire electorate because they always receive a majority of the votes. Supporters of ranked choice voting also say that it encourages civil campaigning among candidates because instead of attacking your opponents, playing for second place is a viable strategy. Lastly, they argue that it eliminates the need for multiple elections in elections that have runoff requirements, in turn saving money and reducing hassle for voters. So what are the cons of ranked choice voting? Opponents argue that it's too complicated and causes confusion among voters. They argue that it will require education about how it works and could cause people to have a bad experience or leave without voting properly. They also point out that people would lose confidence in the voting process because a candidate with the most votes in the first round could end up losing when the votes are shifted to the next ranked choices. Opponents of ranked choice voting also argue that your vote might not count if it's exhausted. An exhausted vote happens in ranked choice voting when all of the candidates a voter ranks are eliminated and their vote goes to nothing. Had the voter known who the final two would be and selected between them, the outcome of the race might be different. Lastly, they argue that it violates the one person, one vote principle. In ranked choice voting, it appears as though each voter is voting multiple times if their first, second, or third choices are eliminated. Are you for or against ranked choice voting? Leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video, subscribe to Illustrate to Educate, and check out more simple and objective videos to the right.